In this section, we'll be looking at hardware hacking. So what is hardware hacking? Hardware hacking is just about expanding a piece of hardware to do more than what it was designed or created for. So let's look at some examples of hardware hacking. So this is a tool that we made. This is a Raspberry Pi malware scanner. It's very small, it's handheld, and it has a very simple red or green light, and one of the best things about it is that it can be used by a non-technical person. So you don't need any computer knowledge in order to use this. So this tool can be given out to security personnel outside your office, and they just need to put in a pen drive and the result will come out as a green light or a red light, which is easy to understand by anybody. And that way, if there is malware, it signals red, and if there is no malware, then it signals green. So then the person can decide whether to allow this pen drive to be allowed to be taken inside the office or not. And it uses 42 different antivirus engines to scan, so it's very good at that. So another type of hardware hacking is something called an infrared replay attack, and infrared has been from around 1990s, and it's used in TVs, traffic lights, security monitors, CCTV cameras, and a lot more. And what happens is that the infrared carries information or commands to the receiver, and if there is a receiver that you have and you capture that command that is going, you can replay that same command and run that command again to the victim. So if a turn off command is being sent to a television and this device captures it, it can run that command anytime it wants and turn off a television. So this way it can gain more data, find all the commands, and lots of malicious things can be done using that. So many of you might have come across something called electronic locks, and although they are very secure in the physical level, they have hidden ports like USB or RJ45 ports, and they are not brute force protected. So in a normal lock you won't be able to do more than, let's say, 5 attempts in 30 seconds, but in these ports you can do as many attempts as you want, and you can crack it very easily. And the brute force script does not need to be loaded into a laptop or anything like that. It can be loaded into a small device like a Raspberry Pi or a very small Teensy and all these small devices. And many of you know that these pins are very small, and they are mostly numerical. So it will be maximum of 4 or 5 digits, and that will be very easy to crack. There are some door locks which make use of RFID tokens, and these can be very easily cloned. And what an attacker can do is he can just put his cloner right next to the original RFID card, and that will take a copy of this, and with that the attacker can simply bypass these RFID based locks. So it doesn't even some attacks don't even need to be close. They can be as far as 2 or 3 feet away, and the attack can be done over in a coffee shop or anything like that. And cheap car locks can also be hacked like that. They make use of short range radio transmitters, and the transmissions that are being sent, just like in the infrared replay attack, can be intercepted and replayed, and the car can be opened. So there is a small device called a Teensy, and it's a USB based microcontroller development system, and it can be made into a keyboard input device. And the very exploitable thing about this is that it can be made as a keyboard, and if you put it inside a computer, the antivirus won't be detecting it as a USB pen drive. It will only detect it as a keyboard. So what it will do is it will act as a keyboard and do all the malicious commands. So antiviruses can't protect from it, and disabling auto run in USBs won't help. And what it can do is it will silently go, and when the user is not looking or he's not using the computer, it will give the inputs into the keyboard and do some malicious actions. So some things that can be done is can add an admin user, it can change the default DNS server, it can make a wireless rogue AP point, it can enable RDP and telnet, which is very, very dangerous. The attacker can just come in through RDP and take all the data. It can download and execute an exe. It can run a Metasploit reverse shell, and it can run a keylogger and a lot more. Thank you.